A new exhibit in our area covers the start of Beatlemania 60 years ago, and now the story of the Beatles is being embraced by a whole new generation of fans.
It's been a hard day's night.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Beatles runs until June 25th at the Grammy Museum Experience at Prudential Center. It focuses on the key period between 64 and 66 when the Beatles became international superstars with #1 records and sold-out concerts across the globe.
Oh yeah, tell you something. I think you'll understand.
The story is told through the narrative of their arrival in the United States all the way again until they're touring, and then they're finally with their last show.
Here are the Beatles!
One of the exhibit's highlights comes from an important milestone in the Beatles' touring career, their August 1965 concert at Shea Stadium.
So it is McCartney's jacket with the Wells Fargo pin on it, and a Hofner violin bass as well. That's one of his in that case as well. It's probably the most special thing that we have in the entire place, I would say.
During that time, the Beatles pioneered stadium rock concerts, but putting together a tour was very different back then. Author and Monmouth University professor Ken Womack says in many cases it wasn't a music promoter, but instead a local civic organization which brought the Beatles to town.
It could be a group of dentists or a group of DJs or what have you who are looking to cash in on the one hand, but they really want Indianapolis to be part of things. Or, we want to make sure Chicago's on the map. I find that period very fascinating.
As part of the exhibit, Ken Womack has been hosting a series of conversations with Beatles experts and associates. On June 14th, Professor Womack will discuss his latest project, an authorized biography of the Beatles' longtime roadie and personal assistant, Mal Evans, who died in 1976. His research included access to Evans's extensive journals and archives.
He was the guy who spent more time with them than anybody. It's arguable that perhaps Mal was one of the folks who realized early on that what the Beatles were doing would stand the test of time. So he would pick up stray lyrics. He would keep track of who was in the studio, who was doing what. He kept diaries, daily diaries and journals and notebooks. So absolutely, he is a kind of Rosetta Stone for them.
Although the Beatles' recording career lasted only 8 years between 1962 and 70, it hasn't stopped a new generation of fans from embracing their music and their legacy.
If we have a wall that has the Abbey Road graphic, the album cover without the Beatles on it so that you can walk across and take your picture. When I saw young teenagers from China, Japan, they was from Germany, the United States, and there they were all lined up to walk across that wall and take their pictures. That was really heartening for me to see that there's still a generation that is learning about them, that's getting it.
Every fall, I teach a Beatles course, and students flock to it, and they're there because they love the music. They heard the music, it arrested their ears, and they couldn't believe that they'd been missing out on that sound for so long.
And in the end, director Mark Conklin says he wants visitors to understand the Beatles' massive impact on music and beyond during the 1960s.
Because I think sometimes it's easy to forget, even for people who know sometimes. Like for me, I know how big they were, but to see it again told in this story really reminds me of how important they were to, the fabric of our, not just music, but our culture as well.
Once again, the exhibit is open through June 25th. We have more information on CBSNewYork.com, including a slideshow of some of the items.